Hi! Today I want to talk to you about making more sales from your content, and I'm going to be giving you 5 different questions you can ask yourself to get more clarity around the offer that you're selling. And this is something you can even use as a prompt if you wanted to break each question down into a different slide on Instagram, or if you wanted to create 5 different posts from this. These would be really great questions for you to put yourself out there, talk about your offer, and sell your offer so that you get people inside of them. When I started as a social media manager, and I had zero problem getting clients that way. But when I transitioned into becoming a coach, it was much more difficult for me to sign clients. And the reason for that is because there's a little bit more ambiguity between your done for you service and a mentorship service that you're providing. Because if we think about it, if I'm doing your social media for you, I literally am going to be posting 3 times a week. I'm going to be doing the hashtag research, and this is what you could expect from that. But when you join a program like, let's say it's one-on-one mentorship, the things that you'll be doing inside that can vary person to person. So one of the problems that I had, and then I had a lot of people that I coach as well, that my clients are, that my clients have gone through, is not having a clear enough offer. So when they go to talk about their offers on stories, in content, on a masterclass, when they're ready to do the sales portion, in sales calls and sales conversations, that gets hard. That feels tricky. That feels like that you get tripped up doing that. And sometimes it's like, you know what the transformation is. You know why someone should join it. It's an amazing program. The program is really fleshed out. You have workbooks, and you've put a lot of thought into it, and there's what each module is going to be. But when you're trying to explain the overall transformation in one tiny post, it can feel really daunting. So one of my goals for you is to get more comfortable with sales, especially as we go into 2025. If you're not selling on every single day, a daily basis, that's the bare minimum. We need to be doing that every single day, whether that's in a post, whether that's in the stories, whether that's an email that you send, but there needs to be some kind of sales touch point literally every single day. So if your goal is to build this sales habit, we need to get more clear on your offer. And one of the huge things about this is getting clear on what offer is for who. So if you have multiple offers, a one-on-one offer and your group program, they shouldn't have the same messaging. It shouldn't be like, okay, you join group because you want a group of people, or you join one-on-one because you want one-on-one, or the price difference. That should not be the thing that's differentiating your offers. Your offers should be very set in stone. You're going to learn content in this. You're going to learn messaging in this. You're going to learn this and this. You're going to get this transformation in this program. You're going to get that transformation in this program. I'm solving this problem. I'm solving that problem. And that way, it's very straightforward of who this program is for and who it's not for. And if you have a really hard time saying this program is not for X, Y, and Z, and I'm not just meaning if I say who's your program not for, and you're like annoying people that don't want to buy this, that's great. But I'm talking about someone who has a problem with their messaging, for example. Oh no, I have an example. Here we go. So someone who comes in and says they want help with their marketing, but their offers are a mess. I have to help their offers first before we can get into the marketing and the messaging side. So if you don't even have offers to sell, how am I supposed to help you create content that's going to sell your offers, right? So I can't just have someone jump into my content program if they're missing that first step, right? So does that make sense to you? I want you to think about, okay, this program would not be for that person until they learned this skill, until they got this base foundation. And I do have programs where I take you through offer creation, making sure your offer is scalable and your messaging is clear, the messaging side of things, who you're talking to, and the content. That's the Force of Nature program, where we put it all together. but I'm still going to be talking about how this program is for someone who wants to do it all. This program is someone who wants to have offers in place that are scalable, who wants to get really clear on their messaging, and the driving force is going to be taking action. It's going to be showing up more consistently than just one time a day. You know, we're thinking about becoming unstoppable. We're becoming true force of natures in this by showing up and doing live streams every day, cross-posting on YouTube and podcasts, showing up on multiple platforms, not thinking beyond like what hook should I use, and really thinking about how can I make an impact and get closer to my goals. So like that program, that's for the people who are gonna go all in. That's for the people that are like ready to take action. They don't need me to hold their hand the entire time. They're like, what should I do? Okay, I'm gonna go do it. Versus my like a content intensive, that's a 1 hour session with me where we're going to map out 30 of your posts. That's for someone who just wants like a quick fix. They just want someone to tell them what to post, and then they're on their way. But if you want to go deeper than that, that's what Force of Nature is for. Or for example, if you want to join Main Character Messaging, which is a self-paced course, that's for messaging. That's where you already have an offer in place. You are ready to start creating content where you tell your dream client story, where you treat them as the main character. We get so clear that they're the main character of your content that you know them inside and out. You know what they're feeling, you know what they're talking about to their partners, you know what they're writing about in their journals, you know what they're trying that's not working, you know what their self-doubts are. You know everything about them. They're basically like a best friend level, not even best friend level, like your partner, you live with them. You know things about them that no one else knows about. If you want to get clear on messaging only, then that program's for you. So you can tell clearly that each one of my offers has very different messaging. It's sure because someone from Main Character Messaging also buy Force of Nature. Yes, because Main Character Messaging is included in Force of Nature. But there are circumstances where I would not recommend Force of Nature or Main Character Messaging or a content intensive based on your background, based on your credentials. So that's step number 1, and having this offer clarity helps you detach from the sale, which you know is really important, because if we're having sales conversations, your clients, the people on the other side of the conversation can feel you being desperate, being like, oh my God, I gotta sign this client. Like they can feel that. So if you want to be making more sales from your content in a detached, laid back sort of way, you're like, you're either in, you're not, that's fine with me, but yet you need money, like you want to sign more clients, you want to hit your income goals, we need to get clear on your offer, and we need to make sure we know who your offer is for and who it's not for. So what these 5 questions are going to do is going to help you get more clear about your offer, about why your dream clients need your offer, and why you are the person to teach them this versus other people. And it's also going to help you really just make it easier to sell, because you're not going to have to think about like what's the perfect thing for you to say to get somebody inside. You're just saying like matter of factly, this is who it's for. You're experiencing this, you want this instead. Here's my framework, here's why it works, and here's what's going to happen when you join my program. So I'm just going to take a sip of water and then we're going to dive right in. So I really want you to, if you're watching the replay, comment like, hi, I did it below. Or if you're listening to the podcast, when I upload this to the podcast, tell me that you listen to this. Send me a message and I can give you feedback on your questions, the answers that you have to these questions. But I really want you to don't listen to this in their car. Don't listen to this while you're cleaning the kitchen and you're multitasking. I want you to sit and like really journal the responses to these prompts, because these prompts are going to be the thing you keep coming back to when you want to create sales content, where you want to create content for your launches. This is the content that you're going to go back to. This is the brainstorming, the messaging, the questions to ask yourself when you are ready to create content. So I have a process when I'm doing sales and when I'm doing content, my storytelling framework. If I have a little presentation on this, if you want me to send it to you, I will. Just send me a message and say you talked about your storytelling framework, and I'll send it your way. But I have a process that it's very linear of like, you catch their attention with this, you give them some background, you talk about your way, you back up your way, and then you close it out. So there's way more detail to that, but these questions are kind of emulating that process and is bringing you through that naturally. So again, if you want me to send you the presentation, just send me a DM on Instagram and I will send it your way. But the very first question is, what actions are your dream clients taking that isn't working for them? So for example, my dream clients might be, I think about myself in this. When I was trying to grow on TikTok and I saw everyone online talking about how you needed to post 3 times a day to be successful on TikTok. And they're like, nothing else matters. Like, obviously you need to have good hooks. Obviously you need to have good content. Your content should be talking about education, authority, value, position, whatever, all those things. And you should be posting 3 times a day. And I was like, great. Okay, here's my notebook. I'm going to do this. So I did it for 90 days straight, following that content plan, educational, authority building, proof, with like my client stories and like, that's authority building, but you know what I mean? So I was doing all of those things. And after 90 days, guess what happened? Nothing happened except for the fact that I was frustrated that I was putting all this work in and I still felt like I was being ignored by the algorithm. I was getting some people who were reaching out and some people following me on Instagram and some people were, joining my email list, but it wasn't the volume that I expected based on what the other people in the industry was talking about. So that's an example of something that I was doing that I thought was going to help me get closer to my goals, but actually wasn't. We want to pinpoint that. Another example, if you're in the fitness, nutrition, or even like hormone industries, is like your clients skipping breakfast because they're trying to save calories for the day. So they're skipping breakfast, drinking a cup of black coffee and getting on their day. And what's that doing? It's making their energy tank. It's not actually going to help them save calories because then they're going to binge later on late at night eating ice cream in front of the TV. They're going to not perform as well in their exercise that day, their workout, because they're drained. So that's another example of they think this is going to work for them, but it's actually not working for them. If you're in the email marketing, email marketing industries, like they think sending 1 email a week is good enough, but it's not actually it's like not stacking. They don't have workflows. They don't have automations or funnels in place. And so their emails kind of seem all over the place. So think of your own thing here. What is one or many? What are some actions your dream clients are taking every single day that they think is going to help them get results, but is actually not working for them? Okay, that was the first one. The second one is, what beliefs do they have that they need to change, they need to overcome before they can get results? So another example for my clients is they need to believe that their offers are amazing. They need to believe that they can be successful. They need to believe that having a huge presence online is not out of the question for them. And it's totally possible, and that people want to buy their offers. People want to learn from them. Right? So these are some common thoughts that my clients are having. Oh, I'm posting every single day, but no one's buying. There must be no one in my audience that wants to work with me. That belief right there is holding them back from getting the results that they desire. A good one for the fitness industry could be like, this is just how my body is. It's genetics. I'll never look the way that I want to look. That's another belief that they need to overcome in order to get results. Email marketing, we'll go back to that example. Email marketing is dead. No, everyone unsubscribes. No one reads emails. They just end up in your junk folder. This is a belief that your dream clients need to overcome in order to hire you, in order to believe in themselves, believe that they can get results working with you, and join your offers. Okay, next one. I lost my list. What's your process for getting them results? So we know right now their goal. We know what action they're trying to take to get results. Their brain is telling them X, Y, and Z. Now, what's your way? What's your method? How are you going to get them results? So for example, if someone was going to be marketing to me and I was posting 3 times a day and it never worked, I'd be like, hey, you don't have to post 3 times a day to be successful. Instead, we're going to be focusing on storytelling. Instead, we're going to be talking about, we're going to build trust with your community by telling their story, showing them what their role is in your content, in your story, showing them what's possible, building connection, doing other forms of content like live streams and cross-posting and having funnels in place. So this is where you really break down. Don't just say, I will help you hit 10K months. I will help you hit your goal weight. That's not what I'm talking about here. I want you to really break down how you're going to do that. How will I help you make more sales from your content? You're going to learn my main character messaging method, which is where we treat your audience like they're the main character of a movie. You're going to learn how to sell using storytelling. And you're going to get my storytelling framework where this is how we outline every single carousel post, every single Instagram story, every single live stream that I do. It's all following the same format. So you're going to learn that format. You're also going to learn my offer ladder system where I help you build a low, medium, and high ticket offer so that you keep clients coming back for more and you're not pressuring people just to go into your high ticket program if they're not ready for that yet. My taster offer that's going to help people get a taste of what it's like to work with you, get them hooked, and then get them running for your higher ticket program. Well, you don't have to wait. You don't have to lose somebody because of the price point, right? So you're going to learn all of these things when you come inside Force of Nature, and these are the exact frameworks that I'm going to be leading you through. These are the exact frameworks I'm going to be doing to get you there. Another example of this is like when you join Force of Nature, we're going to hop on a onboarding call where I will literally audit your offers, get a feel of who you are, and we're going to map out what you need to do to reach your goals. We're going to talk about your goals. Every single week, we're going to have strategy sessions where we'll map out what you need to be doing on a daily basis to get the results that you desire. This is my process, right? So map out what your process is. Maybe that's a gym routine. So Mondays are leg days, Tuesdays are whatever, break it down. And specifically break down things that you do differently than other people, right? So like, why should somebody, actually, that's another question I'm going to be asking you. Okay. So the question was, what's your specific process that you're going to use to get them results? Okay. The next thing is, what stories prove that your frameworks work? So now we're going to go into client results, your own results that you've experienced, that you've had an impact on these people, yourself, using the methods that you just outlined. Right. So I talked about my main character messaging formula. I talked about how to storytell for sales. I talked about my offer system. So what stories do I have that prove that these things work? I have my own stories, but I also have client stories. So what I would be doing if I was answering these questions is I would be listing out as many stories as I possibly can that backs up every single framework and step of the way that I do to get results. So I want you to do that as well, because when we're posting content for sales, when we're posting, if it's in feed or even Instagram stories, you should be attaching a story or even using a story as a guide for that post. I could tell you about my client who signed 25 or who got in 25 applications for her one-on-one program, and I can use that as the anchor, bring you along that story, showing you my framework, showing you what she thought she should be doing that wasn't working, showing the beliefs that we reworked, we overcame, and then the results that she got because of that. Okay, so that's question number 4. And then question number 5 is, what will happen if they don't buy your offer? What will happen if they do not buy your offer? And I don't want you to go into like fake urgency or pressuring people here. I want you to think about actually what's going to happen. Well, if someone doesn't join my offer, they're going to continue to try to piece together a free strategy that they see online. They're going to try a strategy maybe for a couple of weeks, and then they're going to drop it because it's not working for them. They're going to keep doing trends and viral hook strategies that they see on their For You page, and that's not going to work for them either. It's going to make them frustrated, and they're going to go, you know what, Reels don't even work. And then they're going to hate on Instagram, on Threads, and say, Instagram doesn't even work anymore. And then they're going to come back to my sales page, my account, and be like, I should have invested in Hannah's program a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Because you know what their real problem is? Their real problem is that their messaging is not clear enough. So when you think about this, what is the urgency for them? They're going to continue to do the same mistakes that they're currently making, even though they think they're being, like, we're not shaming them. We're not saying they're just sitting around doing nothing. They're doing a lot of work, and we got to acknowledge that. They're putting in a lot of work and effort, but their work and effort is focused on the wrong things. And it's your job to show them that it's the wrong things by showing them the gap, right? Like, I posted on Threads yesterday, and it said something like, let me just pull it up so I don't just butcher this right now. But my post on Threads said, you're posting consistently. That's not the issue. People are telling you need to post consistently. You are posting consistently. And your content's good. You're putting in a lot of effort. You're putting in a lot of value. You're making sure it's educational. So why does it still feel like you have to pull teeth and network to sign clients? Why are you spending hours doing the 3-2-1 engagement strategy to try to find new accounts to follow you? Why do you still have to slide into people's DMs and try to force a sales conversation on them when they're not just coming to you organically and triggering or commenting your trigger word so that you can send more information about your program? I embellished that a lot, but you're posting content consistently and it's good. So why do you still have to network for hours each day to sign new clients? Your content should be doing the heavy lifting for you. You're posting value-packed educational content, but it's lacking story that'll drive your community by. So the two things that they're lacking right now, their content's lacking, is storytelling, which helps build trust with their community. And they're also lacking some urgency in their post, some bold and conviction saying, you're doing this already, but here's why you actually, not just teaching, but giving them a place to go, telling them you need to be in my offer because of XYZ. Literally answering the question that I said, what's going to happen if they're not in your offer? They're going to keep posting the same educational, value-packed content that everyone says you need to be posting, but it's not actually going to help them get results because they're missing the storytelling aspect. They're missing the urgency, conviction, and the little lines that we need to sprinkle into your posts to actually get people to move, to get people to buy your offers, to get people to comment, to get people to go into your DMs, to get people into your freebies. Like, we need to be talking about freebies as real offers as well, like you're paying thousands of dollars for, because even that's hard to get people inside of nowadays if you don't have the right messaging behind it. So these are 5 content prompts, and I can go over them quickly again just so you can get, like, if you want to just take notes on this. These are the 5 questions that I want you to be reminding yourself of every single time you sell your offer, whether that's on Instagram stories or if it's in a post. We need to be answering these questions. So number 1, what actions are your dream clients taking that aren't working? Number 2, what beliefs do they need to change in order to succeed? Number 3, what's your process to help them get results? Number 4, what stories can back up these results and prove that they work? And then number 5 is what's going to happen if they don't join your offer now. So these 5 questions are going to be the roots of your story, your sales. These 5 questions are going to be the thing that guides you when you're creating sales sequence on Instagram, or when you're creating posts and you want it to be a salesy post. I want you to keep these 5 questions in mind. And if you are ready to start actually getting people moving when you post, if you want to stop posting and hoping this one's going to take off, then you need to be inside Force of Nature, where we put together the 3 things that you need in place to start signing clients consistently from your content. That's your offers, your messaging, and content, and your sales. Your offers, content, and sales. So we put those 3 things together, and every single week we're mapping out a plan and a strategy for you to reach your income and client goals. This isn't a place where you're just told the same flatline thing. I'm working alongside you. It's the support of a one-on-one with the camaraderie of a group program. You are literally getting my unique set of eyes and ears on your content, on your offers, and saying, okay, you should be focusing on this week. You should be focusing on this. Go post 5 times, post these things, go live 3 times this week, do this. And we're working with your schedule and trying to get the most momentum possible for you so that we can build momentum, stack that up, and start signing clients consistently, where it becomes so easy for you just to post. People comment your trigger word, they're inside. You post, the next morning you wake up to three new people who had bought your offer via the link in your bio. Like, that is the end goal for me. I want you to be making more sales every single time you post content. So if you're like, hell yes, that's my goal too, get inside Force of Nature. There's a link in my bio for you to learn more about it. But if you want a conversation about it, go and send me a DM. We'll have a pressure-free conversation. And again, this isn't just like a one strategy fits all. I'm working alongside you with my genius. I was a social media marketer, done for you service provider for a year before I became a coach. I worked with dozens of clients, helping them get more clients and more revenue using social media. And now I coach people doing that as well. And I've been coaching people for 4 years now, right? 3 years, almost 4 years. Yeah. So I've been coaching for a very, very long time. And I have worked with a variety of people, from yoga instructors to hormone coaches to mindset coaches to email marketing done for you specialists, to Facebook ads specialists, to bookkeepers and OBMs. I've worked with so many different people, from coaches to online service providers. So I will help you find the strategy and the marketing strategy that's going to work for you, your lifestyle, and your business. And so if you're ready to really get some revenue coming in from you, I want your content to do the work for you. You're putting all this effort into your content. It should be bringing in clients. It should be bringing in people to your email list every single day. It should be bringing in new followers. It should be bringing in more revenue to people. Applications for your high ticket programs, your low ticket programs should just be selling without you having to really be pushing it, without you having to spend hours networking and engaging with new accounts, hoping that they'll follow you, hoping that maybe you'll get noticed. Your content should be doing the hard work for you. So if that is your jam and you're like, yep, sign me up, join Force of Nature. We have calls weekly. You have Slack access to me where you can ask questions and all the good stuff. So the next cohort starts in January. Conversations are already happening. Spots are limited because of the high close proximity that I give you, because each client is literally treated like a one-on-one client, and I have my hands and everything inside your business and really helping you fine-tune the strategy that you need to do to reach your income and client goals. I can't be having 20, 30 people inside this program. So it's really limited. If you want a space, make sure you get in there now. Again, it starts in January. So I will see you inside.